program does not necessarily reflect the opinions and viewpoints of the staff and management of this station.
Welcome to the wonderful world of seniors, the best of all worlds. You now have the time, resources, and ability to enjoy what you have worked for all your life. So let's explore the many possibilities available to seniors on Senior World Radio. Senior World Radio is your source for senior citizens-related topics, information, and entertainment. Now, here is your host of Senior World Radio, Glenn Howard.
13% of the population in the United States is 65 years of age or over. That's a whole bunch of us. And, of course, it's a wonderful time to be a senior because seniors today have greater health, living longer, more resources, greater opportunities than ever before. And to make it even nicer, there's a lot of organizations that provide wonderful benefits to seniors, one of which happens to be on the program with us today. For sitting right here in the studio with me is Lisa Harper. Lisa is the Chief Development Officer for an organization called HeartLine of Oklahoma. Lisa, welcome to the show.
Hi, Glenn. Thanks for having me.
Well, good to have you. Lisa was with us here, I don't know, a couple of 3 or 4 months ago, something like. And I was very pleased as we would go out into the retirement centers, community centers, talking to seniors about HeartLine. Everybody has heard about 911, but not too many people had heard about a new telephone number called 211, which is the number that HeartLine has. And yet, as I began talking to a lot of our seniors, I was surprised to discover that, yes, they do know about 211 and apparently use it quite frequently. In fact, I don't know how many calls do you get a year's time on a HeartLine and all your various lines?
Well, across all of our different lines, we get about 180,000 calls that we're answering.
180,000 calls. That's a lot of phone calls. Tell our audience a little bit. Just talk about some of the services of HeartLine, what you are, and particularly describe this 211 and how people can use it.
Sure. Well, HeartLine, some people may remember us as Contact Crisis Helpline. We've been around since 1971, connecting Oklahomans to help, hope, and information 24 hours a day. So we do that through two main program areas. We've got the phone and web-based services, which is where 211 falls. That's a 24-hour helpline that people can call anytime they need help. And the kind of way that we say that is anytime you need help that's non-emergency and you're going, I need help, but I just don't know who to call. Who is it that can help me? That's what 211 is there for. We can connect you to the right organization or the right service for that need. So that might be food or clothes or health care or mental health care, really any kind of need, but that's what we're here for. We're here to connect. We also answer the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, and we offer both 211 online, where people can search for needs on the web if they'd like, and we offer crisis chat online. So that's that phone and web-based services side of what we do.
Crisis chat. Interesting, because I know that's one of the areas that a lot of our seniors really do like. I was talking to a lady the other day, and she was talking about, sometimes, actually, it's one of the managers of one of the retirement facilities and said sometimes, a lady wakes up in the middle of the night, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. She's scared. She's feeling a little insecure. She doesn't know really, is there something wrong with me or not? But somebody they'd want to talk to, and of course the management doesn't want you calling down to the office and talking to them. And so I said, hey, I think I've got an idea for you. So I gave her, we have some of the little magnetic 211 written on a telephone that we give people, and they can clip it on a refrigerator or any kind of metal like that and have that number. And she thought, hey, that would really solve a bunch of problems for us. So some of our seniors may be calling you at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning to have a friendly voice on the other end to talk to kind of help calm things down. But I guess one of the main things, though, is the idea of providing information and resources for people to know how to find something. It sure does beat the old pick up the yellow pages and try to find it on your own, I would think.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a huge piece of it, is that connecting people to information and resources. But like you said, if you really just need to talk to somebody, you need some compassionate listening. And, maybe you need somebody that's not a friend or a family member who's going to say, well, here's how you fix your problem. Here's some advice. Here's this or that. You just need somebody who really listens. we're here. That's what we're there for as well. So, give us a call.
I think one of the greatest problems that many seniors are facing is loneliness. I know when we go out, we do these road shows. We went out the other day and did an ice cream social at one of our retirement centers. Took a few gallons of ice cream, took some chocolate and very flavor syrups, passed around right at the end of a meal. It just so happened that particular day was one of the cooler days we've had, so ice cream wasn't quite as desirable as it would be on most of these hot days, but it was just a festive time. I was talking about the radio show and some of the things that we do in interviewing these incredible seniors, and they were laughing and joking and having fun. And when I talked about the 211 idea of being able to call and talk to somebody, that was so appealing. And one of our sponsors, of course, UT Phone Company, that makes it possible for seniors to have a telephone right in their room, and cost gets down to less than $2 a month, which to make it possible for people to communicate with each other. We are social animals that have to have that kind of contact. And Lisa, from everything I can gather, you guys are doing a tremendous job with it, and I just want to compliment you on it and say thanks so much for the service you're providing to the seniors, not only of Oklahoma City, but you cover, how large is the area you cover?
Yeah, so for 211, HeartLine covers 40 counties in central.
40 counties.
Yep, central and western Oklahoma. But the service is statewide, so anybody in Oklahoma can call 211. It's just split across two different nonprofits. So HeartLine, we answer one half of the state, and there's another agency that answer the other half. But we're a statewide network. We collaborate together.
That's fantastic. Lisa, how long have you been with HeartLine?
I've been with HeartLine for a little over 3 years now.
Long enough to know what's going on around there? Your particular title is what now?
The Chief Development Officer.
In other words, that's another word for the fundraiser and promotion person, I guess.
You're exactly right.
And I think you've got some development activities coming up in the very near future. You're coming up with, what do you call it, Festival of what?
Festival of Hope.
Festival of Hope. Okay, tell us about it.
So Festival of Hope, it's our big annual fundraising gala. This is our 13th year doing it, and we have it on August 15th at the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum, or the Cowboy Hall of Fame, as we all still call it. And that starts about 6:30 at night, and we have a lot of fun with the event, as well as trying to teach people about what we do. But we're really there to raise funds and awareness for HeartLine.
Festival of Hope. I like that. The idea of talk about hope. The actual term hope in definition of HeartLine. Are you talking about the hope that you provide for the people? How did that idea? Where did that term come from?
Sure, there's kind of two sides to how that came about and how that fits with HeartLine and with our event. So the one side is, like I said, our mission is connecting people to help, hope, and information 24 hours a day. A lot of people who are calling in, that's really all they need is a little bit of hope. They're feeling sad or scared or down or like they're lonely, and they just kind of need someone to remind them that there is some hope. And so that's a big piece of who HeartLine is. And so we kind of want to celebrate that. And that's part of where that name of Festival of Hope comes from. Another side of that is we have an honoree program where we honor people in the community at the event, usually 3 people or organizations, for the hope that they provide, because we want to put the spotlight on other people and other agencies who also are connecting individuals to hope. And so each year we have 3 new honorees that we get to kind of highlight and share with the community.
Help, hope, information. Probably some of the greatest needs I guess people do have is for information, knowing where to go and how to find out. I think one of the things working now, I've been, of course, my background is in ministry. We were overseas for 17 years, 7 years there in the Philippines and 10 years in Budapest, Hungary before coming back here. But one of the things that's really surprised me as I've gotten involved now working with Senior World Radio is how many services are available, how many organizations provide all kinds of services, everything from counseling services to food to utility assistance to housing to medical information. But people don't know how to find that. And so the idea of having a source that one can go to. I'm impressed with what you're doing on that.
Well, thanks. We definitely appreciate that. And I mean, that's what we're here for, is to connect people.
Now, the Festival of Hope you're talking about is scheduled when?
It's August 15th, so it'll be here in just a few weeks. August 15th at 6:30 p.m. at the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum.
Okay, just a little over a couple of weeks away, August 15th at the National Cowboy Hall of Fame. Is this a free event, or what is the cost on something like this?
The cost on this event, our tickets are $150 per person, but I promise you're going to get a really great experience for that price. So part of that is a tax-deductible donation, and the other part is we have a full seated dinner. We use Cheever's Catering, so it's a really wonderful dinner. We also have open bars and a specialty cocktail for people to try. And then we do a large, very, very large silent auction. And so if you're looking for a fun place to shop and knowing that those dollars are going to go back to support a great cause, that's a great way to do it. So we have such a great mix of items, so there's something for everybody in the room. And then we do a live auction that has some of those higher value, big fun trips and neat experiences in it.
So you're looking not only for individuals who want to come, but I think you also have some corporate sponsors, or you talk about, mentioned to me earlier about the idea of buying a table for several people. If you've got business organizations that would like to help make their employees more familiar with the organization and some of the services you provide, can they buy a table for several people? Is that a better deal, or how's that work?
Absolutely. So if they'd like to buy a table, our tables are for 8 people, which is a great way to grab some coworkers or friends and family and all have a fun night out together. A table is $1,000, which takes that per ticket price down to $125. So there's a little bit of savings there if you get the whole table. We also do have those corporate sponsorship opportunities, which include, of course, recognition of those companies. So beyond a table, if you go into the sponsorship, there are ways that we recognize you at the event and show your name and logo to show our appreciation for those who do sponsor. So there's lots of different ways that you can be involved.
I'm Glenn Howard, Senior World Radio, visiting today with Lisa Harper. Lisa is the Chief Development Officer for HeartLine of Oklahoma, an organization that I believe you are sponsored also by the United Way, United Fund. What do they call that?
Yeah, United Way. We're a partner agency for United Way.
We got to take a break. We're going to be coming right back, so please stay right here with me.
You're nobody till somebody loves you. You're nobody till somebody cares.
Have you ever had a problem, but it seemed like there was no one who could help? You spent hours calling around, being referred from one place to the next. Well, not anymore. I want to tell you about a free and easy-to-use service in Oklahoma. 211 is a simple 3-digit phone number to get help or to give help when you don't know where to turn. Dialing 211 only takes a minute, and you are connected with a caring Oklahoman who will help you find the assistance you've been looking for. With access to over 13,000 programs, HeartLine 211 can connect you to local resources for many different needs, including health care, food, counseling, rent assistance, disability assistance, job services, and much more. 211 is a service of HeartLine, a United Way partner agency. 211, the right first call to get help or give help 24 hours a day.
Hi, my name's Jason Ledlow, president of UT Phone, the ultimate telephone service. We're proud to be a sponsor of Senior World Radio with Glenn Howard. UT Phone is dedicated to providing Oklahomans affordable telephone service all across our great state. We have Lifeline home phone service starting at just $1.95. That's right, just $1.95, and most of Oklahoma's seniors qualify for this reduced home phone service. They get to keep their old home phone number, and it even includes long distance. Another great feature of UT Phone's customers really like is that it includes repair service. That's right, any repairs at no additional charge. With many telephone services charging $40 to $50 per month, it makes sense to switch your service to UT Phone. This service is a federal program that is provided through the Universal Service Fund. There is only one per household, so make it UT Phone's home phone service for $1.95. Give us a call at 800-996-0098. Again, call 800-996-0098.
made up my mind.
Welcome back to Senior World Radio. I'm Glenn Howard, visiting today with Lisa Harper. Lisa is the Chief Development Officer for HeartLine of Oklahoma, an organization that you ought to get acquainted with, primarily with their telephone number, because their phone number that is most commonly used by an awful lot of people is simply 211, a little 3-digit phone number that everybody can remember. And when you need help, hope, or information, you can call 211, and about any question you can ask, I'll bet you they can find an answer for you. We've been going out to some of the retirement centers, talking to people about it, and discovered that there's a lot of uses for it. Lisa, it's good to have you on the show. Talk just a little bit about the 211, and particularly some of the uses that people are finding help from this organization.
Sure. So like we've said a little bit before, 211 is that one place that you can call to get connected to help, hope, or information. Anytime you're going, I really need help. It's not a 911 emergency, but I need help, and I don't know where to call. I don't know who to flip to in the phone book. I don't know who to call. That's what we're here for. And we have a lot of great success stories of people who have called in and been connected to something that was really helpful.
Tell me about them.
So one that happened just recently, someone that called into 211 was a veteran and was at threat of being evicted, and his wife that he'd been married to for over 30 years was terminally ill, and he'd been overwhelmed by his finances and taking care of his wife that he hadn't had time to keep up with that, and was worried about being evicted and not having a place to care for her as, you know, she was in that end of life stage. And so we were able to do some screening and connect him to a case manager who was able to help find them some housing so that they wouldn't be evicted and put out. And so he called back and gave a big thank you so much. And, you know, I can't believe this resource was out there. And so we're glad that he called 211 and was able to find that help, and didn't sit there thinking this is hopeless and there's no help.
I like the whole idea, though, that the information, the resources are there. It's simply a matter of finding them, and it's awful hard to do on your own. I know I've mentioned to a few people when we were discussing things, because sometimes they call us here on the show and ask information, and I usually say, have you tried 211? Well, no. Give that a call. See what you can find out, because it's amazing the information that is out there. But today we've been talking a little bit about this Festival of Hope that's coming up. The whole organization is built around hope. Festivals means celebrating hope. Talk about the Festival of Hope and what it is.
So Festival of Hope, like you said, it's a celebration. It is a really fun evening where we're all coming together to bring awareness to HeartLine's program, as well as, of course, it's a fundraiser. And so part of that is also highlighting some people in the community who also provide hope through other capacities. And we pick people who provide hope beyond the profession that they have. So in their personal time, they volunteer, they do things, they're philanthropists, and they really help out in the community. So that's a big piece of our event, as well as we've got the live and silent auction, and we have a beautiful seated dinner, open bar. It's a really great, fun evening.
Your theme this year is dealing with a Hollywood theme?
Yeah, so, you know, we're trying to mix it up this year. It's our 13th year, and we thought it's about time to do something a little bit special, a little bit extra fun. And so this year we're doing kind of that classic Hollywood theme, so you can expect the all of the glamour and the trimmings that you would expect from kind of that classic Hollywood event. Thinking back to the days of Marilyn Monroe and Frank Sinatra. And so we're kind of trying to bring that feel into the room with the music, with the decor. We'll have a red carpet as you come in. So really trying to bring that theme and just make it a little bit more fun.
Did I understand you've got some special videos of activity that I think I saw you were going to be promoting? Is that Hollywood-centered also?
Well, we have one that is, and I think it'll be a bit of a surprise because we've never done anything quite like it. But our staff and our board made a really special video to say thank you to all the amazing people who make 211 a possibility. And that's definitely themed, and you'll see that, as well as anyone who's interested in really understanding what a call on 211 might be like. We have a great video that's recording from some calls, just little pieces, little clips that help you really understand the kinds of needs people may be calling for.
So people can help, first of all, by buying a ticket and coming out and enjoying the evening.
Absolutely.
Tickets on that, you say, is $150?
Correct.
And yet if they buy, 8 of them for $1,000, that's a $25 per ticket discount. And there's a lot of corporations, a lot of businesses, just local businesses that are interested in the community that need to provide that kind of benefit to their employees to give them an awareness of ways that they can be involved in helping in their community. But also, you said you're having a live auction. What kind of items are you auctioning off?
So our live auction, some of those are still in the works, but a few items that I think are going to be really fun. We're going to have a live auction of a puppy. And, I mean, how can you resist a puppy, right? So the puppy will be there, and you get to pet it and love it and see it before you decide if that's the puppy you're taking home. But that's one item that we'll have. We also usually have some really unique experiences, so kind of one-of-a-kind things. One thing that we'll be offering this year is a VIP dinner with Mama Durant, so Kevin Durant's mom, at Katie's restaurant.
Wow.
So you get some one-on-one time with her and with some friends. Mm-hmm. So that, that kind of thing, unique experiences. And we'll also have some other trips. We've got a Disneyland trip, 1-week Disneyland trip that includes a house that's like a Marriott condo and some great activities. So really a great variety of things in the live. And then the silent has just every kind of option you might ever want. Those OU and OSU fans, there's a little bit of both. So don't worry. We represent both, of course. We're going to have some great signed Thunder items as well. I know we've got some items from Kevin Durant and Kendrick Perkins. So, and then, of course, jewelry, purses, trips, all kinds of things.
An exciting evening indeed. Now, if somebody's wanting more information, how would they get in touch with you?
Well, the best way would be probably just to give our main office a call, which calling our main office would be 405-840-9396.
Okay, now grab a pencil and paper and write that number down, because I know it's hard to remember a number when you hear it like that. But if you've been listening to us talk about the Festival of Hope coming up August the 15th, it's going to be in an evening event out at the National Cowboy Hall of Fame. You would like to get a chance to take Kevin Durant's mother out to dinner or to have some of these other wonderful treats and just get more involved and know what's going on, give them a telephone call, and that number is 840-9396. Of course, area code 405. Is there an extension they need to call or just that number?
If they just call that number, they can get to our office manager. If they happen to want to call me directly, you're absolutely welcome to, and that extension is 114.
Okay. Again, that telephone number is, of course, area code 405. The number is 840-9396. And if you want to talk to this lovely lady sitting here in the studio right now, just call 114 and you'll get a chance to visit with her. I understand you're having some celebrity honorees that you're paying special attention to this year. Who are they?
So we have 3 great honorees this year. Our first one is Colonel Stanley Evans. He's retired U.S. Army. He was in the Army for around 32 years, and then after that 32 years of service, decided to go to law school and become a lawyer, and he's now the dean at the University of Oklahoma. And so for their law students, and what he's done is some really amazing things, some pro bono legal work for people. He's been part of a project called the Make a Will Project, where it's some pro bono services to help people understand the importance and value of a will to protect family members when they do pass. And so he's been a big piece of that project, so we're honoring him for some of those great things he's done. We've also got councilperson Meg Salyer. So she is a councilperson. Now
she's in Oklahoma City?
Correct. She's Ward 6.
Okay.
And so outside of the wonderful things she does in the council, she also is really, really involved in our community. She serves on several nonprofit boards, as well as part of the Rotary Club of Oklahoma City. And so she really does a lot of great things in the community. And even though she's not from Oklahoma, has kind of come here from other places, has really adopted us and taken us on. And then our last one is a wonderful agency that we get to highlight, which is the Oklahoma Foundation for the Disabled. And they offer a daytime program for adult disabled individuals so that their families can go to work or have respite time, who are their caregivers in the evenings and the rest of the time. And so they have a program where the adult disabled can come and they have activities and they get to be social and have friends and they do outings. And so it's a really great program for both the individuals in the program and the families who need to be out,
Sounds kind of like a daycare for disabled adults.
Right.
Interesting. And I think then you also have, one last recipient. You sometime work with schools?
Yeah, we have a unique award that we call the Advocate of Hope Award. Again,
Advocate of Hope. Hope is throughout your name and organization, isn't it? I like that.
It is.
Talk about the Advocate of Hope Award.
So the Advocate of Hope Award, another piece of what we do that's not on that phone-based side, but our outreach side is we go to middle schools, high schools, youth-serving organizations, and we teach youth the warning signs of suicide and how to get help. We have to work with a lot of schools who are willing to let us come in and take their class time. So we really like to recognize those schools that go above and beyond. So each year we try to select a school that's part of our program that those counselors have really invested and really been helpful. So this year we will be awarding Dove Science Academy with the Advocate of Hope Award because what they've really done has been an advocate. They've been an advocate for those kids and for the program to ensure that they learn this information.
I see. Okay. I believe that's one of the Gulan Charter Schools organization, isn't it? I think so. Anyway, hey, that time has run out on us. We've got to go, but I want you to be sure and contact Lisa Harper. She's the Chief Development Officer for HeartLine. Tell them you'd like to attend the Festival of Hope, August the 15th, 6:30 p.m., National Cowboy Hall of Fame. Just give her a phone call at 840-9396. Say, yeah, put me down. In fact, don't just buy you a seat, buy a table and take 7 more people with you and enjoy an evening. We got to go. Time's up. Thanks so much for being with us. We'll see you again this same time next week. Until then, be good to one another. Love somebody very much, particularly yourself. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye now.
I'm on the top of the world looking down on creation, and the only explanation I can